It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jamie Maloney here. Can you hear me? Are we good over there? I think we're live on the radio here. Can you hear me, Frank? Yeah, we got some technical difficulties here this morning. So. Waiting on my producer here to all right, Josh, I think we're live on the airwaves here. My producer, Connor, how are we doing back there? On the airwaves and everything?
Yeah, we're on air.
We're on the air? Okay. All right, Jamie Maloney here, host of That Business Show. I can't hear anything in my headset, so I'm all messed up right now. So I guess the audience out there can hear me and everything. Frank Coto's in studio with me this morning, host of, what's your show now? Business Happy Hour.
The Business Happy Hour.
Yeah, and also he was my former co-host on That Business Show, the Real Estate Edition. Also joined in studio with Christina Griffin, real estate team lead with the Griffin Group, and also a great friend of mine. So, Christina, good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
Doing good, man. I tell you what, this headset is driving me nuts. So, anything, Connor, anything back there yet on this stuff? No, I can't. I got no feedback back in my headset, so.
I think it's a headset, maybe one of these.
No, I can hear you just fine. I just can't hear anything else. So, nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started here, Frank, with Lincoln Lending Group. If you need a bank, you need a Frank. So, Frank, good morning to you. Thanks for returning in studio today. How you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, doing good, Jamie. It's nice to be back in the old studio over here. It's a very welcoming feeling.
Now, you're going to be back in here today at noon or something. You record the Business Happy Hour. Now, that's live on the airwaves at on WeBeam TV, right? You're going to do that live, and then it re-airs on Sunday mornings at 5 a.m., correct?
Yeah, we do a live show every Friday, 12:30 to 1:30, where they can watch it on WeBeam TV. We also have our own website now. It's the Business Happy Hour, tbhh.tv, or you can catch us on Facebook. Definitely like us on there. It's a great show. It's a little bit political, a little bit current events. We do talk some business. We give a business tip of the week every week, and we just basically talk about the community and what we can do to help and have a little fun at the same time.
You forgot to mention something very important, though, Frank.
No. What?
That it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
It's the hardest show for me to switch because I can't stop laughing.
And I'd like to mention there that I'm the one who introduced Frank to radio, so I have
yes, you did.
My first protege in the radio business here. Frank was a sponsor of the program last year when I was doing the Real Estate Edition, which was on 970, and because I'm doing 2 hours a day and running or helping with TBBO and stuff, Frank stepped up and launched the Business Happy Hour. So that airs Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. and all around good show and good guy. So, Frank, tell us a little bit about Lincoln Lending Group. If you need a bank, you need a Frank, and you also have the 800 number, 813, or I should say 813 mortgage, and you drop the E, you drop the E, we drop the fee. I forgot all your promos now,
I know,
man.
it's been so long. This guy hadn't sold for me in years, it feels like. But no, it's I appreciate it. It's if you have a if you need a bank, you definitely need a Frank, or if you have a bank, you definitely need a Frank, and that's because Lincoln Lending, my company, I've owned now for over 13 years. Been in the industry for 16 years. We offer programs that no other bank offers. 1 day out of bankruptcy, 1 day out of short sale, 1 day out of foreclosure, credit scores as low as 500, 3% down conventional loans with no mortgage insurance. You name it, we've got it. And the tagline Jamie was talking about, the 813 mortgage, you hear me say all the time on the Business Happy Hour. It's called 813 mortgage. You drop the E, we'll drop the fee.
And what's going on out there in the real estate market with regard to mortgage rates? They're still at record lows, even though the Fed's creeped up some interest rates lately, right?
Yeah, extremely low. Even the conventional rates, they're getting so much closer to where the FHA rates are right now. FHA traditionally has a lower interest rate, but you pay mortgage insurance on FHA, put 3.5% down. You got to pay PMI no matter what. With conventional rates, you don't have to pay PMI. You can put 3% down, and the rates are, God, I'd say like in the low threes right now.
How is the Brexit issue going to hurt interest rates? The Fed today, I think, is pausing on any interest rates adjustments. Yes. I heard, they're waiting to see how the Brexit issue shakes out. And, what's your opinion? What do you think is going to happen with the mortgage rates?
Brexit had an immediate effect on the rates where they did take a quick dip, but then they leveled off very quickly. I don't think that the effect on our economy was as drastic as what they thought it was going to be. It definitely is making a big wave in Europe right now, and possibly other countries to follow suit. And of course, you're hearing about the possible revote on the Brexit. Brexit, for people who don't understand, is Britain basically exiting the European Union. They always use their own currency anyway.
Oh, I totally thought it was a special at Waffle House.
No, I actually think that was a video that you brought into the studio the other day. Something like Brexit the back door or something.
Wait a second now. This is terrestrial radio. We can't be talking about
I don't know. I'm talking about the studio back door. What are you talking about?
So, yeah, that seems to have kind of wore off a little bit as far as the big talking point on it. We'll just have to wait and see how that all shakes out and everything.
Yeah.
But you're not seeing it going to affect the interest rates, at least on the mortgage market in the near term.
I saw a quick effect, and then it bounced back. I mean, the rates are so low already. I make a sick joke, but I mean, you almost need another major terrorist attack or something like that to drive them any lower. These minor, I hate to say minor, Britain leaving the EU is a huge deal. But it's not having the effect that I thought it would. The rates are so good. I mean, 3% right now, 3.25% on an FHA with no fees, no points. Conventional in the low threes. How much lower can you really get? That's free money.
And last time we talked a lot on the real estate edition about interest rates and everything, and we talk about $100 down and everything. We talk about subprime. We talk a lot about this stuff, and it's also available as a podcast still up on iTunes, the real estate edition. A lot of good information, and that still gets a lot of downloads and a lot of follows, even though we're
that $100 download.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about our real estate edition podcast, and
nice.
it's just good information on there, and that's available over on iTunes and also over on TampaBayRadio.com as well. But we talked about subprime coming back. Everybody's seen the movie The Big Short. Recently, showed that the housing downturn and what happened and everything. But you said subprime is starting to come back right now. Is it the same as it was in 2004, 2005?
It's believe it or not, it's kind of sort of getting there. I just did. Christina actually was in the BABA event a couple weeks ago where I did a huge presentation on the future of lending. And the future of lending looks a lot like the past. What Jamie's referring to, 2004 and 2005, some of these subprime loans are what got us in trouble because we were giving people that should not qualify for the loan a 228 or 327, meaning it's only fixed for 2 years or 3 years, low credit score loans, no income verification. That's not back. It's a modified version of that is what we're seeing now. You can do 1 day out of bankruptcy, foreclosure, or short sale. You can have a 500 credit score. You can now do a stated income program on investment property purchases again, and that's been gone
so
forever.
Where are these investors coming from out of the woodwork to get all these financing options, back in getting all these financing options back in the game? Who are these
Same
investors?
as The Big Short pretty much answers it all. It's big backdoor Wall Street money. There's an appetite for this type of lending again. The one thing I will say, and that I said in my presentation, that's a good thing about this new industry is that they put regulations in place. For instance, on the stated income program, you have to have at least 20% down, sometimes as much as 30% down. So that's a big difference from what we were doing 10 years ago. We were doing, no money down, 5% down, no income verification on anything. So my God, I mean, not only are we not proving that these people can afford to pay the loan, but we're not even proving that they have assets to cover themselves, and they have no skin in the game.
Yeah.
The difference now is there's skin in the game.
Now, Christina Griffin, bring her into the conversation here, Coal Banker.
Thank God, because Frank was talking about skin in the game. And Jack
You got me back.
Well, the real estate market is like it was almost in 2004 and 05 as well.
Very true.
It's crazy, lack of inventory and a lot of buyers.
Now, you go all the back, when did you start in real estate? I mean, you started in real estate right out of high school, right, almost?
Yes, 1998.
And you've seen what, one market cycle or so, 1998 to the 90s was the last housing downturn before 2008, I think. And real estate is typically about a 15-year cycle. Christina, what are you seeing in today's real estate market versus, the early 2000s?
Well, in this real estate market, obviously, from when I first started, the interest rate's a lot lower.
Right.
So,
in the 70s probably.
yeah, it was. My first house I actually bought in 1999 was 7.5%, and we thought we were getting a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, so
And see but that's a very good point. People are so spoiled right now.
They are.
They think, oh my God, you're going to give me 3.875. You guys are ripping me off.
Yep.
Like, where are you coming from?
7.5 was great then. But right now it's very similar due to lack of inventory and everyone, it's a fever. Everyone is overbidding and fighting over property. But this summer's actually slowed down quite a bit. It's taking quite a bit longer for inventory to
Slower
move.
than I thought it was going to be. I was telling people for a long time that this summer was going to be the busiest summer that I've ever seen in the industry.
We thought too. It's a lot slower. It's taking probably an extra few months to move properties right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, inventory's low though, but I mean, you're saying that the stuff that's priced below 200,000 is moving pretty quickly.
It does. If it's priced a little bit above where it should be, it's sitting right now.
Yeah. So, but inventory is low out there. So, if you'd like to get your home onto the market, reach out to either me or Christina in the Griffin Group. Both of us were on the Wall Street Journal list again, like the third or fourth year in a row. She runs a team. I'm individual. What were you, Christine? Number 52, I think, on the Wall Street Journal list.
Teams.
I was for team units, and that's across the country amongst all brokers. I think I was like 37 or something. So I'm always like in the 30s or something.
And then there's Frank.
And then there's Frank over there. He's just the lowly mortgage broker over there.
Number one always in my own mind.
With Lincoln Lending Group. If you need a bank, you need a Frank. All right, let me take a break here. Currently in studio with Frank Coto, president of the Lincoln Lending Group, and also Christina Griffin, realtor and team leader of the Griffin Group. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Coto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Good morning. Seeing delays now on the southbound side of the Veterans Expressway between Gunn Highway and Hillsborough Avenue. Also increasing traffic on northbound 275 off the Howard Franklin Bridge. Lightens up right around West Shore into downtown Tampa. Westbound I-4 also a bit slow between the Selma Connector and 275. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. Around the world, there are young people who face a difficult decision: continue their dream of education or drop out to help support their families. In a single moment, you can help them write a new story. See potential, not poverty, at unbound.org.
Today, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a 20% chance of showers, high 93. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 80. Tomorrow, isolated showers and storms, high 93.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. I got my bearings now. Got the headset working here. I know I'm on the air. You know, I was a little bit all discombobulated there in that first set there.
Hey, at least you didn't have a panic attack or something.
Yeah, no. I was
worse.
like, are we on the air? It's like, whatever. One of us should start talking here, and we'll go back
Someone
to
will
sleep
hear
or everything.
it.
So.
At least you didn't drop your phone in the toilet.
Yeah, Josh over here
Come
sharing
on,
with
man.
us.
You didn't even wait, dude. You didn't set it up. You just...
I'm going to say it on all 3 shows today.
How did that happen? Is that your reading apparatus on the toilet there, Josh?
No, man.
Sitting there reading the newspaper.
My power's off at the
That
apartment that I just moved into.
That gives me an idea for an app right there.
Right,
you
there's
know?
a lot of room between his legs. He just slipped and dropped it, and it just.
I have no thigh gap. I'm sorry.
These things are waterproof these days. What do you have? Like an older phone though, not waterproof, so it got destroyed.
Man, and you guys are making me out to be Captain Cheapo.
It's
No,
a flip phone.
it was dark, and I needed the phone for a light, and I sneezed and dropped it in the toilet.
Sneezed and dropped in the toilet.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Because you had to
That's
cover your
legit.
mouth, right?
No, it's the stupid candles. They scented things.
Oh my God!
In studio right now, Frank Coto, president of Lincoln Lending Group, and also Christina Griffin, realtor with the Griffin Group at Coldwell Banker. And good talking point, Frank. The $100 down program available on all the HUD programs. We're a real estate team here, and so it's a good talking point to tell people how they can buy homes for $100 down. Frank, tell them a little about this.
Yeah, man, I haven't talked about this in a while, but the HUD home store.
He looked over at me like, dude, I'm totally gonna make fun of you again.
I promised I would, and I'm not done with them. But so HUDhomestore.com, or is it .gov? I can't remember.
.com.
.com. You find a property on there. There'll be a link where you have to click, and it'll qualify for a $100 down program. And it's exactly as it sounds. Instead of putting 5% or 3.5% or 3% down, you put $100 down. And that qualifies you for an FHA mortgage. And the rates on that, or was it talking about 3%, 3.25%?
Yes.
No points, no processing fees. Free money on that program. Another cool thing that has come out since you and I were talking about the $100 down a few months ago was a modification to the FHA loan where they now allow escrow holdbacks up to $7,500. All right, so what that means is if you have a broken AC or a roof repair or something that the seller will not let you do, or let's say it's HUD, and HUD, God forbid, will not let you in that house to do anything before closing, we can actually hold back the money to fix the roof or the AC or whatever it is. You bring it to the closing. Okay, so $5,000 roof, you got to bring $5,500 to closing, contractor estimate, all that good stuff. And then after closing, the money goes to the contractor to fix it up. We send the appraiser back out there. They say it's good to go and everybody's fine. But the key is you get to close with a dilapidated property, and you don't have to do the FHA 203K rehab program, which, by the way, I love. I mean, it's huge. The refi program, the rehab program, it's up to $35,000 on the streamline, or unlimited up to $271, $750, something like that in Hillsborough County. You can do a ton of stuff. Remodel the house, new kitchen, new appliances, new tiles, new floors, all kinds of stuff on the 203K program. So call 813-MORTGAGE, and don't forget to drop the E, and we'll drop the fee if you're interested in that. Or you can just text me directly. Take down my number. It's 813-765-1239. Again, 813-765-1239 if you're interested in any of these programs.
Now, HUD homes are appraised prior to going on to the market. And HUD homes, when we say HUD, we're talking about the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the government homes, the defaulted FHA mortgages. So if you have an FHA loan out there and you default, HUD is going to pay back your lender, and it's basically like a big insurance program that was started back in the 30s, part of the New Deal or something back in the day and everything. Now, HUD, when they acquire the property, they appraise the property, and they know what repairs are required per the HUD appraisal. Are those that you order a new appraisal now?
Yes.
So are the repairs that you were talking about, the escrow holdback, are they going to differ then from what HUD originally reports and sees?
Great question. They actually can. The golden rule on that is the appraisal. Whatever the HUD appraiser or FHA appraiser, whatever you want to call it, asks to be done, has to be done. It could be less than what's on the list. It could be more than what's on the list. The key with appraisers these days, and what you're going to have to fix, it comes down to safety issues.
If it's a cracked tile and it could cut your foot, that's going to have to be fixed, as stupid as it may sound. If it's a broken window, that's going to have to be fixed. A black pool that, somebody could slip into and never be seen again, that's going to have to be cleared up. So if it's a safety issue, expect it to be required. But normally I tell people at a minimum, whatever your agent shows you that HUD requires is probably going to be required, whether we do a 203K or an escrow holdback or standard financing.
No, they don't show you, though, the appraisal, though. They used to supply that appraisal to the buyer. And again, this is the appraisal at acquisition. So they're doing the appraisal, and the price that's on the website is the appraised value. Now, and they're always underpriced. So if you're buying a HUD home, they're underpriced to begin with. That's just one thing about HUD. I've got one on the market right now for $12,000, and everybody in town has been calling me for the past 7 or 8 days on this property. The value in the home is like $35,000 or $40,000, but for whatever reason, it's $12,000 on the appraisal. So there's
crazy.
We're getting a lot of great leads.
Yeah, I know. Christina's group takes all my leads and everything. So if you're calling on that, they go over to Christine. I think David Battle's handling that. How's he doing with those?
He is. He's doing well.
David's a great guy. I've been talking to David a lot all week.
He
this
is.
week.
I'll see him after this. He's
a busy little guy too. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I put it in the remarks that this property is going to get bid up. I asked HUD about the appraisal. I said, "What's on there?" But they can't show me the appraisal.
It's because there was another one that was similar that sold for $12,000. It was a short sale.
But
just because there's one,
it's a 3-2, and it's a condo over in Tennis Court Circle. Yep. And I got another one from HUD in the same development that's a 2-2, and they priced it at $35,000. So where's the common sense here? I got a 3-2 that's $12,000. Same condition, same property, except it's bigger. I got a 2-2 that's across the street from it that is a price for $35,000.
Christina, write up the contract right now. We're going to take down that $12,000.
Now the investors out there that are scrambling to find my number, I will tell you, the investors can't buy these homes until 15 days on the market, and
I was going to live in it.
Well, I'm listing one tomorrow from one of my investor clients, same community, for $35,000. So call us.
Yeah. So, but
nice.
What can you do? But owner occupants get first priority on government properties.
Yep.
On given that the property is FHA insurable, then they get a 15-day period for owner occupants, and so the investors can't buy. That's been a big problem with the real estate market in the last few years, though, for us realtors, is the investors can't buy. And so many investors have dropped out of the game. Christine, I know you used to work with a lot of investors back in the day. What have you seen in the investor community since you started in real estate?
Well, I'll tell you, I work with less than I can count on one hand now, personally at least, because they're great and reliable and they always close. But the investors, when they are buying properties, they're either looking for buy, fix, and sell, that quick assign it to someone who doesn't know better, or
but there are so many of them are out of the game.
Am I one of those guys?
So many of them are out of the game.
Or as a rental. So yeah, most of them are out of the game that don't have money or capital. The ones that actually have either their own funds or a great hard money source, they're still buying right now.
Yeah, when I started in this business in 2007, there was a lot of players in the game. There's a lot of hard money on the sidelines, but today it's all dried up, due in large part to, number one, low inventory, and also the investor restrictions that are on the foreclosed properties. But Frank, you got some hard money sources, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we come back from the break. Ways you can get some money for a rehab project, and it doesn't even matter what your credit looks like out there. So we'll tell you how that works. Yeah. We'll tell you how that works when we come back from the break. So currently in studio with Frank Coto, president of the Lincoln Lending Group, and you can pick up the phone and give him a call at 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, he drops the fee. I got it at that time. And also learn more at lincolnlend.com, and also about Christina's group at thegriffingroup.net. You're listening to That Business Show at Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Into Tampa, loosens up right around West Shore, and then you're good to go into downtown. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Forecast for today, July 6th, about 93 of a high. Expecting a little bit of clouds, mainly sunny, going to be a little steamy. Going to cool off tonight, getting into the low 80s. Rest of the week looks about the same, 93 tomorrow, and then it'll be 92 the rest of the week. Low 80s, high 70s is going to be what we're looking at. Currently right now, it's 79 in Zephyr Hills, 83 in Tampa, 78 in Brandon, 79 in Clearwater, and 83 in St. Petersburg. This is Impact Radio, 1250 WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Or whatever we're trying to pass off as That Business Show today.
Yeah. Get my bearings here finally. Had a rough night and a rough beginning, and I think I'm back on track now. So I want to extend another invite out to all the people in the community owning a business to attend our main event tonight, Tampa Bay Business Owners. It's being held at the Center Club from 5 to 7:30, and it's a presentation on healthcare for your business. It's a presentation with Dr. Eric J. Kroll, owner of the My DPC Doc Family Medicine. And so if you'd like to attend, please mention that you heard it on the radio show. Send me an email, jamie@tampabayradio.com, and it'll be a great event. Typically get 100 to 150 people in the room, and so a great opportunity to network with fellow business owners, learn a little bit about the radio show, and also learn about how your business can afford health care. And so it'll be a good discussion tonight, again at the Center Club from 5 to 7:30. In studio right now, Frank Coto, president of the Lincoln Lending Group, and also Christina Griffin, realtor and team leader of the Griffin Group at Coldwell Banker. Frank, in that last segment there, we're talking a little bit about what are leading into hard money out there and stuff, and this was a big thing back in the day. And so this is a private lending that goes on in Tampa Bay. It's a way to invest in real estate, given that you have enough equity in the property. It really doesn't matter what your credit is. Tell the audience a little bit more about what hard money is and the opportunities that you have available.
Yeah, I will, absolutely. I'm a private money lender myself, but before I do that, I have to make a comment about the guest tonight. He's going to tell you how to let your business afford health care. I've got a really novel idea. Vote the right way in November, and then we will repeal the healthcare law, and then you won't have to worry about that. So that's all the politics I'm going to talk right now. I didn't say which way to vote. The other way that Josh is voting. Whatever he's voting, vote the opposite.
Where's your Trump hat?
I know. I left it in the car.
I can't believe you don't have the
My
Trump
husband
hat.
said he wants one.
I will get him one. Absolutely. We'll get him one. We're going to make mortgages great again. So having too much fun this morning. Jamie and I trading the vodka and the water bottles.
that business show's audience really could use the sound of the Trump hat through the microphone.
He's talking about, I always do it for the radio listeners who aren't watching us on TV. Oh, here we go.
This is
This
the
is a
sound of
demonstration.
the Trump hat. You guys hear that? That is quality made in America by people in non-sweatshop conditions, offered access to health care and benefits.
And then he looked at the tag on the hat and it said "Made in China."
Details. But sorry. So speaking private money, yes, I'm a private money lender, and I also have access to probably millions of dollars in private money. Private money, like Jamie said, is a program where you don't necessarily need to prove your credit. In some cases, you don't traditionally have to prove your income, especially if you're an investor. You're going to buy it in the name of your corporation, something like that. You could, basically prove the ability to repay the loan, show some assets. With private money, we're really lending on the property more than the buyer. Private money is about equity. So if you're going to buy a property, it's $100,000. We're probably going to ask you to put down at least $35,000 plus closing costs. So in the end, you're probably out of pocket maybe 45% of the purchase price, which puts enough skin in the game that we trust that you're not going to default on the mortgage. And if you do default on the mortgage, I hate to put it this way, but that's a good thing for the lender, because now you're walking away from all that money you put down, all the equity you realized, all the rental income, and the lender will foreclose on your property just like Bank of America.
So you're doing hard
foreclose.
money up to 65% loan to value then?
Yeah, actually on primary residence, we do it up to 70%.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's incredible considering traditional lending in the past required 20% down. Well, just traditional,
traditional.
And now you can get hard money loans up there up to 70% loan to value.
70% on the primary. There's no prepayment penalty on the primary. Now I will warn you that on primary residence loans we are required by law, which is another one that probably should be repealed, but we are required by law to prove the ability to repay the loan. It's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to prove that people, can afford the loan. But in reality, my opinion is a lender's going to lend you money. They should make the decision on what they're going to lend you money for. If they want to take the risk, then take the risk on you. I'm a big fan of stated income loans for self-employed people, doctors, business owners. You own a business and you may not pay yourself equivalent to what your business earns. So you make a lot more money potentially, or you have access to more money, and you, because of whatever tax situation, you write things off. So those are good reasons to have stated loans out there available for good people who put down a down payment and show good credit. If you're showing the ability to pay all of your debt for 20 years and you don't miss any payments, my gosh, you're a pretty good risk, in my opinion.
Good information. And let's focus. Let's take the conversation over to Christina, who's actually opened up a new business line. I want to talk with her a little about this, because I know she wanted to talk about it.
I'm a little short of caffeine this morning, Jamie. So.
And she has also now launched a LuLaRoe clothing line. And so she's in studio. So if you're watching the video stream, you can see one of her outfits, and she looks very cute. And so tell us, though, about the LuLaRoe. I can't even say that word.
Yeah, LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe clothing
You were
line.
going so strong with your game, man.
I believe he actually knew what it was and everything.
What is this?
Well, Jamie, I'm blessed to have an amazing real estate team, but I actually found LuLaRoe because of recently going through cancer and having a hysterectomy. And nothing fit, nothing was comfortable. And a girlfriend of mine took me to, I have to take you to somebody's house. I'm like, what are we going to buy? She said, they have clothes. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, sugar.
That's the last thing from my mind. I'd be like, I don't do drugs, man.
She says, I'm taking you to somebody's house. Should I wait in the car?
She's like, I have something for you. You have to just come with me. So I walked out spending $500 and feeling good, actually, because I had quite a bit of clothes that felt amazing, and did a lot of research. And LuLaRoe is kind of like I don't know, it's almost like a clothing cult among women. They
is it multi-level marketing and stuff?
To a sense, it's a direct sales. If I do have people under me, I get a percentage. There's several tiers, but it is the fastest growing at-home direct sales business in the country right now. So,
and you said you form groups, and you said you got like 3,000 people in your group already.
I do. They basically, the main place to sell is through your personal Facebook group. So you actually create albums with the clothing, and you say, hey, I'm going to be posting clothes at this time, and you will have literally women hitting refresh for that hot item. They call it a unicorn. So
Jamie, you should get into that, man. That's like a sweet dating tool.
Yeah, that is a really good idea right there.
Yeah, man. You be raking in the women.
My husband husband's doing it. They have men clothing.
Look at
Hold
her
on.
husband's doing it.
Did you tell him you were going to say that he's wearing these clothes? 'Cause now what happens is they share one closet. Sean, I hope you're listening right now.
Over shoes and stuff.
No, we actually took our formal living and dining room away, and we actually are going to have an entire store inside our house.
Like a giant wardrobe now. So
well, no, I have like 600 pieces of clothing, and we bought Sports Authority, because they're going out of business, the professional racks and the whole 9 yards. So.
I thought she just bought Sports Authority. I was like, and
she's selling low.
Let's talk about this. I've got to do with your Sports Authority in studio today, Christina Griffin.
So I'm sure there's a lot of men or a lot of women listening that either their wives are obsessed with it or
all the Avon ladies are like, yes, an upgrade.
Well, so what makes it so unique, though? I don't understand. I mean, to me, clothing is clothing. I mean, how many different ways can you make a shirt?
Well, what makes it unique is, I'll give you an example. The print I have on, they cut approximately about 1,000 of them. But there's about 14 or 15 different styles. As a consultant, I cannot request a certain print. I can only request a size and style. You never know what you're going to get. So this particular dress, I could have someone that's a small that needs it, and I may only have it in a large. So you're able to actually intermingle and work with other consultants, and it's like a non-threat type atmosphere because you never know what you're going to get. So it's like Christmas whenever something comes.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. So listen, I'm only about 2 weeks into it, and there's about 12,000 women waiting to be onboarded. I actually went to a local event because I was curious, and they allowed you to pick a deck of cards. There was probably about 50 women to 100 that were waiting to be onboarded, and you picked a deck of cards, and they called a few of them. Mine was the first number. So, they called it. It's a good investment you have to put into it. So it kind of was one of those things. I guess it was meant to be. But I'm excited. I'm actually taking a percentage of the profit. So
where do you get the clothes at? You said you had a group of 3,000 people. Is that a Facebook group?
It is. It's a Facebook group. So, some women could be in, 50 plus groups. But I just started the group about 2 weeks ago. I've grown it organically through some social media marketing, and they're just buyers waiting for you to post items. But your group's almost like a culture. They're posting, like the clothes they wear on a day-to-day basis, or their kids.
This is like the internet flea market.
No, it's not the flea market. No.
Was that an insult? I didn't mean that way.
No. Everybody buys high-quality clothing at the flea market. I don't know about you.
Yes. But you sell it through things like Periscope, or I'm going to be going to.
Is that why when you're live, I see you? Is that what you're doing? You're selling your clothes. I see you go live now on the Facebook Live from time to time. Is that what you're doing?
I haven't done that yet because we haven't set our room up yet. So we actually are doing a professional in-house studio, but we're going to be doing events like your Christmas in July, and Working Women, their state conference. We'll have a booth there. So there's a lot of consultants in the Tampa Bay area. My goal is just to make women feel better, to be able to share the business with other women entrepreneurs, and we're giving back 25% of everything we make to a group through in Moffitt Cancer, other women that are going through cancer like I went through, just clothing to make them feel better.
Now, do you recruit other sales people underneath of you, and you take a typical multi-level marketing type of setup?
I already have 3 waiting, and it's been less than 2 weeks. I'm excited. I already have 3 that are waiting in the queue to get onboarded. I haven't really advertised it very much, but yes, the idea is to build a team, and you do get a percentage. It depends on the level.
Now, is this a new product? I've never heard of Little.
It's about 1.5 years, but it is the fastest growing direct sales company currently. It's blowing away everything from Avon.
It sounds like a lot of fun too.
So I'm still not clear though.
Much fun.
So I'm still not clear though where I could buy the clothes or go look at the clothes.
No, you have to go direct to the consultant.
Christina's closet.
Yeah, so it depends on how the consultant sells.
Okay.
We're going to be having a few days a week in our home. My mother-in-law is going to actually be opening up our house a few days a week, like a store. I'm personally going to be posting and selling things on our Facebook group. We sold about 16 pieces the day before 4th of July. and only took about 30 photos.
Okay, so they're comfy clothes, and you never know what you're going to get, and they only make so many pieces of these clothes, correct?
Correct. They only make so many prints.
So many prints, that's what I mean,
So
yes.
they're, it's unique. Every single product you get, you may have 50 prints within a box, all different styles and, and
Oh, so you
sizes.
you can get the same print on multiple styles.
Yeah, I could get this on leggings or a shirt.
What about
So-
onesies with the little booties on the bottom?
No.
It's cold at night.
Now, what about when you want to match it up? You can't match You can't order the leggings and the top together.
Not at the same. You have to just hope you get it, or you have to work with another consultant to get
Bag for clothes.
it. You know what? I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I really am, and it's makes me feel better, and it's been a lot of fun.
It's a nice break from the stress and the
It
of
is.
real estate. Yes.
Stress,
And
real estate. What?
It's just a great way to network and connect with women a little bit closer, and subtly let them know I also sell real estate.
I think I would have a real problem if I had 600 pair of Z Cavaricis in my house. I would have a whole other business mentality. See, I would wear them once and then resell them slightly used.
No, our problem is our 15-year-old daughter who's going into 10th grade that every day seems to have a new shirt on, and my husband's catching.
That's what I'm saying
yeah.
right there.
So,
She's a genius.
yes.
So wait, can I get the used ones cheaper?
No.
I'm still mad about the onesies, though. I really want
Need to hit a break here. Currently, you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Attention medical professionals. Have you heard that Tampa Bay will become the first certified wellness district in the country? Thanks to Jeff Fennick's revitalization of Channelside, the Dr. Whisperer wants to streamline your efforts in preparation. So when you're ready to ignite your practice, use the Dr. Whisperer's public relations expertise to spread the word. Use the Dr. Whisperer to motivate your staff. And use the Dr. Whisperer to recruit and secure leaders within your practice. Call the Dr. Whisperer today at 727-420-2481 or visit thedrwhisperer.com where they write your prescription for success.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Crash on Eastlake and Keystone. This one slowing traffic in the southbound direction. Also, we've got slow traffic now on westbound I-4 before the Selma Connector over towards 275. Checked on that crash on Nebraska and Bierce. It is in a parking lot, not causing any problems there. Also, we're seeing some delays off the Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa. Typical delays there through the West Shore area. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Today, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a 20% chance of showers, high 93. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 80. Tomorrow, isolated showers and storms, high 93.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Currently in studio with Frank Coto, president of the Lincoln Lending Group, and also Christina Griffin, a realtor and team leader of the Griffin Group over at Coldwell Banker, same office as me, and a great friend as well. So, Frank, you, as I mentioned in the first segment there, have started your own radio show, The Business Happy Hour. It airs on the radio Sundays at 5 a.m. on 970 WFLA, but it's also available live on the internet. Tell us a little bit about your program.
Yeah, absolutely. You can listen to it on 970, like Jamie said, on Sunday mornings from 5 to 6 a.m. You'd think there's not a lot of people listening at that time.
No, there's a lot.
There's a lot of people. We always say good morning to all the boaters and the hunters and the fishermen and everything that go out that early. But we advertise my cell phone number, and I tell people that if you send a picture of you listening to the show and you're a guy, I'll send you to Hooters, and you're a girl, I'll send you to Nordstrom's with a gift card. And the funny thing was I had to tape a show a couple weeks ago. I brought the family to the Bahamas, and it was the last night that we were on the island. No, second to last night, and I was out kind of late in the casino with my brother-in-law, and I start heading to bed, and about like 5:15 in the morning, my phone starts going ding 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 ding, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It was listeners to the show at 5 a.m. sending me text messages and talking about the show because they thought I was live, I guess. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, should I respond to these guys? But no, anyway, it's called The Business Happy Hour. Like Jamie said, you can listen to it 5 to 6 a.m. Sunday mornings. But if you don't want to get up that early, like myself, then watch us live on Fridays from 12:30 to 1:30 on TBHH, thebusinesshappyhour.tv, or our Facebook channel, or the new internet channel WeBeam TV. So you got a million ways to find us. The Business Happy Hour, just Google it, and I promise you will be entertained. Here we go, Josh.
The YouTube too.
That's right, the YouTube. That's
There's
right.
a YouTube channel now.
Now, what are you taking guests on the program? Do you just the same cast of a host with a guest? How do
they
you set up?
somewhat talk to the guests though? They kind of introduce them. Half the time you don't even introduce them. You're just like, there's people. You're here, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go into Trump.
Yeah, then we go into Trump. You know, make America great. But no, we usually the first show we do more current events and politics and have fun. And if there's a guest, we let him chime in. Rick chimes in half the time over there, and then the second show, usually every other week, we usually have a guest or two on, and we still do the fun politics and have some fun with what's going on in the media and everything.
But Frank lets the guests get a word in every once in a while.
Every once in a while, but they have a little questionnaire to fill out. How would you vote on this? How would you do? And do you own a gun? And they're like, all right. So when they come in the studio, we give them a gun, we give them a voting ballot, and they're good.
Yeah. Well, available Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. on 970, and 970's got a tremendous listenership. It doesn't matter what hour of the day it's on. I mean, this station here, you got to build your own audience, and that's what I've done. Yeah, I've built my own community of listeners, and also with the help of Tampa Bay business owners, working women of Tampa Bay. 970 is like the default AM station. So especially anybody who's leans right, 970 is
leans right.
Leans right. Yeah, leans right. Or just falls right over.
Lean left.
Actually, left does not do good on the radio. Left does well on television. Right does well on the radio. It's just the way it is. Air America tried to.
Us? I don't know.
Yeah, Air America tried to get a network started years ago of liberal radio shows, and I think that thing failed. I think that thing went out of business. Yeah. So it's just the Republicans like the radio, and the Democrats like the television. That's just the way it seems to be. So
I can make a couple comments on that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. Parents always told you don't watch TV; it'll make you stupid. I don't know. Did I say that? Really?
It makes perfect sense, though, Frank.
It does. I know Josh watches TV all day long.
Yeah, wait, no.
Wait a minute.
I watch the internet and your show, so.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, you probably are not going to learn anything on my show. But
Actually direct your show.
That's right. He
TV,
does direct
just like
it.
this one.
Yeah, and then Josh, you run the live video stream for them, and you're recording it today, right? You do that
Yeah,
today?
later on today.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna be
people
out
can
of
watch
town.
it. People can watch it today, or is it airing on Friday? Again?
It's not going to air till Friday.
Okay.
But you can always watch it on the Facebook page, on YouTube, on TBHH or WeBeam. You can watch any of the past episodes. Matter of fact, if you go online and you want to look for a pretty funny one, go to the one with the guy in the peach shirt. I think he's on the main screen. That's a really
That's
fun
where Laura Lou, she thought he was gay.
Yeah, at the front. Yeah, she thought he. Yeah, it was the. Yeah,
Maybe we should tell him about Christina's closet.
Yeah. It's the newest store.
When you go in and then you come back out, you're a whole new person.
See, look at
I
that.
guarantee it.
Sean, if you're listening,
we have some clothing
stay in
Hey,
the closet.
listen, my husband will rock some leggings if I ever get him to put them on.
Your husband has better legs than me, that's for sure. I don't know.
He's pretty.
Now, I tried to get
Did I
Frank.
just say that?
I tried to get Frank to come in here and co-host with me every single morning, but you stay pretty busy though at the Lincoln
I
Lending
do.
Group, and so that's where the money maker is. But radio to me is it's a business, but it's a big hobby. I just love being behind the
so much
microphone
fun,
every day, and it's actually all thanks to Christina Griffin, who over here who got me started indirectly by sending me an email on the Real Estate Radio Network, and
Man,
that
look at
launched
that.
launched my career in real estate. Yeah,
She got you
radio, I
in,
should
you
say.
got me in.
You also introduced me to him, so
And I
it's all like
introduced-
this intermingling.
it's all come back
Yeah,
around.
I always said Jamie just hawks houses so he can pay for his radio show.
Why do you think I do mortgages?
Yeah, right?
It's not like radio pays.
No. Christina sent me an email about 3 years ago. She had gotten the email.
Hey, you want to do this?
Yeah, it was from the Real Estate Radio Network, and they came to Tampa, and they were looking for realtors to put on the airwaves. And she sent it to me, said, "This is more for you, not me." And I went to their pitch session with her, and we talked about it. And she's like, "I don't want to do it," but I said, "I want to do it." So and I got on the airwaves, and just fell in love with radio, and just kept doing it more and more. And now it's become way bigger than what I could have ever imagined.
Meanwhile, me and Frank are like, yes, get more viewers, get more listeners. We will poach them for our own shows.
And then we bring Frank in here, and he's helping out now, or I should say he's running his own show now at Business Happy Hour. So, well, we got to wrap up this hour of that business show. So, Frank and Christina, greatly appreciate you being in studio today. Good show today.
Thanks, Jamie.
And again, Frank Coto, president of the Lincoln Lending Group, 813 Mortgage. You drop the E, he drops the V. And also, if you need a bank, you need a Frank. So he's got two good catchphrases there. Learn more at lincolnlend.com. And also, Christina Griffin, realtor, team leader of the Griffin Group. Learn more at thegriffingroup.net. Whether you need help with buying or selling, she is your resource, as well as myself in the Tampa Bay region. We work together on a lot of different things. So please consider us a resource for real estate in the Tampa Bay region. Come up in the next hour, it'll be Working Women Wednesdays on That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.